Okay. So, after impact, the corner or fracture radiates from the strike point in like a triangle. And that's the conchoidal, is kind of like that shape of a Hertzian cone. That's the Hertzian cone theory, is like when you, for instance, fire a BB at like a panel of glass like this.
Okay.
So that would be the BB going into the glass, and from that point, it radiates out.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, if you were thinking this is like a small billet, so this works from like this size. This is a pressure flaker, so this would be just like putting this on the edge of a workpiece. This is a pressure flaking pad.
Okay.
And so this would be the BB, I guess, and it breaks in that conchoidal shape, radiating outward. We do a piece where there's no cortex right there. And the angle you want on this is kind of like directly on, and then like down. So, and that's the same almost as hitting this, just like
you were doing the other day.
Direct percussion. So again, I would just find the Beth, he's calling me. That is a neighbor. It's right here. So I would just find the center line of it and be like, okay, where is it protruding the most out of the center line? I say like right there.
Yeah.
And then after finding that point, I'm gonna abrade. This is like a huge part of Flint knapping. Abrade from there, and then this is gonna be my platform right here. So I'll just go like that, flip over the piece, and then strike directly right there. And then see how that comes off. And if you find this piece comes off in a cone-like shape. Even though there's like a little impurity in that like rock right there, there's like different angles and stuff going on, it still will always break in that that shape. So because that's how the energy travels through the flint, it is like predictable on, I think this is gonna be the like high point. So I'm gonna abrade actually, because it can get easy to like, you want to strike immediately, but abrading really does make it not like crush or shatter. It like actually comes off with a solid flake. So I find that highest point away from my center line that's protruding out the most, and I think it's right there. And then I flip that over and abrade like towards my platform, and this is my platform right here. And then I'm gonna free-handed just aim, find my spot, and then with intention strike it, you know. And it's going along that edge right there. That so this is a cortex. This is a core, like what's this like chalky stuff.
Okay.
That's how the flint nodules like form. Is that they have this interior like this. It's like very high silica, which is like pretty much natural glass. So yeah, do you want to, I can break down one of these in front of you. We can just find the center line in one of these, and then I'll show you how to do some spalling, is what we would call this, like breaking off a spall from a big nodule.
Okay.
And then from that, those are like spalls or big flakes, and you work those down. Do you want to do that right now, or?
So,
Go ahead.
you're not dwindling this big ass rock down to a little tiny thing, are you?
No, I can get several arrowheads.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
here, I'll show you. So like these are
Right. So these were like that.
Yes, these
yeah.
are fresh out of, And then from those, you work them down into like little pre-shapes.
Oh yeah, this is starting to come together here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if you'd like, I could show you, I could set you up with a pressure flaker and a pressure flaking pad. And you can work at one of these a little bit and kind of see how you get into it.
Right.
Okay. So here's a pressure flaking pad. So since the energy is going to radiate out, this is going to be facing, this is where you're going to be pressure flaking. And you can move your piece back and forth however it suits you.
Yeah, so that's
best.
the bot. No,
Yes.
you had that in your...
Mm-hmm. So this is going to be like this for you. And you're going to have the piece right here. And you're going to be flaking it from right there, pushing down. And I'll show you in my hand right now too. So this is pretty much the same thing. It just doesn't have a channel right there. Okay. So I find my center line. I already see that this is going to be protruding out the most.
Yeah.
I'm going to lay that like that. And then I could abrade that. And then see how it gets those little flakes off? That's what we want exactly. And then like directly in and then down. And then see little cones. Yeah. Let me sit on that side of you. Do you want to get back into the shade more?
No, I want to be in the sun.
Okay. So, I actually need this pressure flaking pad because I can have the channel in there. So I'm looking around. Go center line would be like right there. Hey,
Hi.
Beth. Good. How are you? I know, right? The cold was unbearable.
Hi, I'm ready.
Yeah, us too.
Oh,
Is
are
it-
you okay?
Yeah, I'm giving her a little lesson on a craft thing. How are you doing?
How's that new baby?
Oh, he's amazing. I just met him yesterday. Absolutely amazing.
I can't wait to see him.
Oh, he's amazing.
Call me next time that he comes.
He didn't come over here, but he hasn't come over here. We have to go see him, but I will. I'll let you know.
Well, maybe he will soon.
I hope so. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I hope you're doing good. Okay. So look, we find a center line. Boom, boom, boom. And then since the cortex is over here, we're gonna work this edge. And we can do that two ways. We can go down on this, because sometimes you need to, even though the center line is right here, and you, no matter what, wherever you're flaking, has to be, I would not like start flaking over here, because that's on this side of the center line. And I'm not gonna be able to push a flake through all of that rock and the center line. So whichever side that you're taking from, you want it to be under center line where you're taking the stone from. And then because I'm taking from right here, I'm taking Flint away, and I'm making that, I'm raising up that center line so that I could take away from this side without having to go through so much. So here's our center line. I'm gonna take some away from this side right here. And then rising up that center line to this side will make it easier to remove this cortex. So,
So this part you're doing, this is
This is
closer to
finishing.
the finishing. Yes. Okay,
exactly,
okay.
exactly. But we could do breaking down those nodules right now. Yeah, you could knock off one. I could set up a platform for you.
But, well, this is so intricate for a beginner.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
yeah,
I
no,
feel.
no,
yeah.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. So for right now, because this will what we're gonna do right now will apply to this.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why we have these leather pads, because when you're striking the flint on your lap, I brought this. This is like rock butter, people will call it. This is like the best. This is Georgetown Flint, and this is like one of the best recommended rocks for a beginner to use. So, which one would you like to try?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
If you want, we can observe both pieces and kind of look and see where the center line is. If you want to hold it out in front of you and like imagine a line going through this piece
Okay.
directly in the center plane.
Yeah.
Where on the rock do you see it protruding the most away from that center plane?
Well, I mean, are we doing a 360 with it?
Yes.
So, I mean, this really is quite flat, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I'm just looking like this, it's up
Yes.
here.
Yes, it would be.
Okay. This is
Yeah. Here, this one is a bit lighter. If
Okay.
you'd like to
Oh, it
check
is. Yeah, definitely.
that. You look at this one.
Yeah, this is like, if I look at the front, it is almost over here, but if I look at the whole thing, it's like back
Up
here.
there. Yeah. So let's do this one first, if you'd like.
Okay.
So I would get a big billet. These are solid cotton. Whoa. This is
Oh,
Mr.
hi.
Trump.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hi.
He said, I can't help it.
It's just a name. He's just a name.
I like my name just
He's
fine.
just a name.
Okay, so here is where I'm gonna try to target. This is like a high point, and then you find an edge from the highest point. You braid to that edge. So this is gonna be your platform, and then after I've just braided towards the edge, I'm now gonna do like side to side to like stiffen up and stabilize that platform. So there's not like not doing that could it's just better to do that. It's just best practice. Okay. Yeah, that is our platform. So for like shorter flakes where you're trying to just get like a little bit off, you would have it like up here. But since I'm gonna try to get like down there and travel a flake a bit longer, I'm gonna do it on the side of my thigh. You're not gonna want to do it up here because it's like squishy. You could like bruise yourself. You're gonna want to do it like up close by your knee, and just keep your posture at like a 90 degrees. And I did all the braiding. Now I'm just going to see right there and hold this, supporting it up against my thigh, so that there's not like a whole bunch of like, so that the movement in the rock, it doesn't have like lashback, like recoil, if you will. So holding it there steady. Yeah. And because I had my finger back here, supporting right there, that's why that didn't go as an overshot or travel all the way through. So
Oh, wow, look at that piece.
pretty beautiful material.
Isn't that a great piece?
As you can see, the center
Wow.
line on this has completely changed now, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm looking here, I think we're gonna take a small flake from right here. From right there.
Wow.
So this technique is just like finding the highest point on it, right? Braiding to the nearest edge. Flipping the rock and then again,
Because it's gonna
abrading on that edge line.
break closer to where you're breaking it. The smaller part is gonna break off, in other words.
The smaller flake will,
Right.
yeah. That's why you're going to the closest one. Yes. Is that what you're referring to?
I think so.
No, you'll get the hang of it. It's a little bit confusing at first. It really is like a concept to like grasp.
Yeah.
This is actually a craft that like people can spend months and months like doing it every day, and like not see any improvement. But it's the best thing in my life. That's why I'm sharing it with you. It's amazing. Okay, so because that this is a short flake, I'm just kind of doing it up here because it doesn't have to travel like, you know,
Yeah.
longitude. I'm trying to do it like that. I'm holding up here. I'm giving an angle. Holding this again. That was a little bit high of a shot. So even though it was a little bit high, sometimes when I hit a rock and the flake does not release, I'm just reanalyzing to see like, you know, I just took that piece out right there
Yeah.
because imagine this is just a bunch of little pieces of paper.
Uh-huh.
And to remove some parts of it, you have to remove other parts first. So now I'm reanalyzing this rock. And I think I'm gonna go over here. I think that this is gonna be the best platform right now to take out yeah, right here is going to be, this is very high.
I see you. I see you.
Yeah, and I think it is higher over here than it is over here. So, yeah, it's just important to be making sure, I think it's important to analyze and make sure that, like, you know, the reason why the flake is not releasing is not because it was too high of a strike or not heavy enough of a blow,
Okay.
but it's just
Positioning.
not the correct procedure to do in like lithic reduction, stone reduction. Like there's a little diagram right there you can kind of see, and you know, the rock will kind of tell you, and you can get like kind of instinct if it's like just not the right flake. Okay, so right here is gonna be my platform. If you look at it from that angle, can you kind of see how like that's gonna be the flake it's gonna remove? That, like here's the center line.
Uh-huh.
This is the highest point.
Yeah. Okay.
So then I'm just gonna another look here, and that's gonna be. Okay, I'm gonna go right here. I think it's gonna be the highest spot. I'm gonna actually take this flake that we were talking about taking, and just to like even things out.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think it is the highest protruding. Maybe this is. We're just gonna see how this goes. Okay, so I'm holding up against myself. Well. So it didn't quite release all the way, and it's because there's cortex, which is the like outer part of the stone. But you can kind of like, yeah. Let me take this one. Just because I don't want to make a mess. Pulmonary.
Yeah. See, both of these pieces are really nice, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me.
Oh no, I think they're amazing too. Those are great. And I'll show you a little bit more about what we can do with those with some boppers, some smaller boppers.
Okay.
After I take one more off this.
Okay.
Okay. So this kind of like zigzag pattern, that's what we want. That's what we're trying. That's like we're beveling this. I would say this is going to be the highest point away from center line. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna take away from right there and raise up the center line to be able to come back in this way. So I'm just gonna, with like, even just a lighter bopper. This, instead of a copper filled bopper, this is, or a copper, yeah, solid copper, this is just a copper capped. Taking those and always coming out like that too. In a cone, some way or another. It's cool. Okay. Just taking these little chips, just beveling this edge line and raising up the center plane. Okay. So see how, looking like right there, where do you think the center plane is?
The center plane?
Along right in here.
Okay, so like if you're looking at this side, it's much easier to determine
Okay, go ahead.
a center.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at this side, you're kind of like,
To get some more of a puzzle.
Yeah, yeah. Because it does get a little cockeyed. Like, there's more towards this side. To me, the center is pulling towards you.
So let's raise up that center line a little bit by I'm going to take a little bit of a smaller bopper. This is solid filled.
Oh, that's a piece.
That's a nice flake right there. Now I'm reanalyzing center line. So I think either right here or right here. You pick.
Is the high point? I think it's closer to you.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, so I'm gonna go in right here, and how I'm gonna do that is just
Where'd you learn all this stuff?
self-taught, really.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
But you had to have known somebody that did it, or
My parents got a kit for my big brother in like 2008 when we were living on a ranch.
Oh, that's a good piece too.
And
Just like out of the blue.
well, you know, it was like we were living in the city, and then the market was crashing and stuff, and my parents were liquidating things and making some like changes, and so we started being homeschooled because the schools that were by us were like very not good, and they got it for him, but he never used it, and then when they were getting divorced in like 2015, my dad was like, hey, do you want this? And at that point I had become, you know, a little bit more artsy and stuff. And even at like the ranch, just after just like wanted to play video games, like not like ride horses and stuff. I mean, he would sometimes, but like
Your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just wasn't like as into it. And so he never did anything with the kit, and then I got the kit. This is actually from that kit. This and that antler over there.
Yeah, those are fun.
Those are like for working like obsidian with like finer, different angles, like a finer edge. That would be very difficult to get through this width. Okay, so I'm gonna hit right here. And I'm gonna kind of throw my punch like that way a little bit. So I'm gonna put it like that and angle it. That was more than I normally hit it if it's not releasing.
Uh-huh. So really, if you do this part really good, you can get a lot
Oh yeah.
out of one rock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is called bifacing, I guess. It's two faces of the rock, and we're reducing it by bifacing. There's a chapter in this book about that too. Okay, I'm gonna take one more. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take strikes from right there, because I'm trying to get right there. I want it to be my platform, but this is angled like to where I can't get to it. Now I think it's more exposed where I can get to it. I'm gonna abrade the actual cortex.
You have to have bruises on your legs.
Yeah, I actually have the last couple nights I like did bad shots and like hit like the corner of my knee like twice in a row very hard, and I was like, oh my god. Brutal. Okay. Yeah. So that's a pretty good flake. Let's see. Our next place would be like here or here. I'll take one more shot. I know I keep saying that. Jeez.
It's okay.
It's very I don't know. Something in the brain like loves it. So this is our core. And then from the core, we're moving flakes. Okay. All right. So cortex, we would remove that, and we would target these areas, and we probably will later today when I come back. And we get at, you know, the interior of the Flint. Okay, so looking at a piece like this, we have the dorsal end and the proximal end. And this is the cortex, and this is the, right here, this would be like the bulb of percussion. This is a flake scar. And this is just showing like the point of impact and you know, how this came off. So we would find center line, right?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna target so what we do is we take a little bit of this cortex off this way so that we can raise up the center line and get to more of this and remove cortex. So you can do this.
Ooh, it just flakes off.
I mean, not always, but yeah, that was from being
broke,
yeah,
right?
yeah, being hit like that. You might want to wear a face mask while doing this.
Well, that's why I put my glasses back on.
Oh yeah, there's yeah. If you'd like, you could work a piece that has less cortex.
Right.
Or you could work obsidian, but it is quite sharper.
I'm glad you found a comfortable space there.
Yeah, I know.
Kat.
Isn't he just chilling? I know where I belong, and it's everywhere. Let me see. Maybe I can remove a piece from here.
I mean, do these not look like good pieces?
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
that's
they-
a lot of the
cortex.
cortex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't want to upset your respiratory system, you know.
I've already got a little sniffle this morning.
Yeah, no, these are all fine pieces. So, for instance, let's pick this up. I'll find center line, and then this to me is gonna be the furthest away from it. I could. This is just like free-handed. A lot of people don't do this because you can cut yourself, but
Yeah.
like if you know, you know. So it's careful like how you support it. You know, you don't want to have your finger like up against
Where you're gonna
you're
hit it.
or where you're trying to remove it, because it will just stop it, and that will cause a hinge or a step fracture.
Oh, that worked really good.
Is that a braiding? Okay, so from right here, I'd say I could do direct percussion, but I can see that it'd be removing more than I want to. So to be more precise, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna see the center line's right here, so I need to remove some flakes right up in here. So I'm lining this up right in the channel. I am gonna push in at this, like in with like a straight on angle, and then down. Ooh, that's rough. Let me see here. an interesting concept is, even though I'm taking away from right here, going down, and this raises the center line. So taking, like, people sometimes think that's counterintuitive. When you're first starting. But it's...
Well, you take it from the bigger side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So for instance, even right now, I'm gonna have to take from this side, even though this is the bigger side, because I need to raise up that center line.
Okay. Yeah,
In order to flip it, get to there, and be able to travel flicks, you know?
Okay.
Okay, I do have to go now. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I hope you enjoyed this. And
it's fascinating. Do I absorb it all? No.
yeah, no, it's something that, like, it takes a minute to grasp.
Yeah, I'll probably read a little bit in the book while you're at your dentist.
Okay. Would you like me to leave these tools?
That's totally up to you. It seems like it would be easier for you
Mm-hmm.
to leave your stuff.
Yes. It would
It's
be.
not like it's gonna get stolen.
Gotta watch the kid over there.
This one?
Mhm.
This one.
Yeah.
What will it do?
Him and Matt.
What's he gonna do?
I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, no one's gonna come take this stuff. I'm just messing with you. Come steal my things.
And the weather is fine, so that's not an issue. So it's your stuff. Do as you wish, but I don't see any reason why you can't leave it.
I'm leaving here for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. And then
Okay.
I'll be back after
Yeah.
my appointment, and then
Do you have a finished product?
yes, I don't have one on me, but I can bring you some arrowheads.
Yeah, I want to see.
Okay, cool. I have another sip of water. I really enjoyed this kitty cat just hanging out right here.
He's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
He needs a new name, but he's cool.